All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakudash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Here's an article that I found today. Okay, and title is Apocalypse in 2019. Is Russia U.S. war possible? Okay, and it very well is possible, and according to the scriptures, according to prophecy, all right, it's not only possible, but it's the future. Okay, it's inevitable. All right, so I'm just gonna read the article and get a couple of precepts, Lord willing, to be edifying to the elect. All right, so it says nearly half of U.S. military troops, all right, believe America will be drawn into a major war next year, and see Moscow and Beijing as main threats, according to a recent poll. All right, now, so it's not just regular citizens, okay, that are saying this, but it says what? U.S. military troops, okay, and they're what? They're in the action. They see what's going on, okay. But it's not only them, but hey, if it's the Lord's will, all right, this very well may be 2019 could be the year which, you know what I mean, America gets destroyed. All right, we don't know exactly when it's gonna be, but hey, it's a it's very well a possibility. All right, it's all up to the Heavenly Father. Okay, but we're getting that close to the end, which we're in the end, but we're getting close to the destruction of America. All right, although there's a couple prophecies that need to take place before that. All right, primarily what? The mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right, that's going to be pushed and enforced and made mandatory. Okay, the martial law. All right, all that during the time of Jacob's trouble, the demonization, the persecution of the prophets. All right, really the persecution of Israelites. Okay, that's all yet to come. All right, but that all has to happen before this. All right, this war. So it says, but is there any basis for this anxiety among soldiers? Almost a half of soldiers and commanders in the U.S. Armed Forces, 46%, believe that their country will be drawn into a large-scale armed large-scale armed conflict in 2019. Reveals a new Military Times poll of active duty troops. They didn't clarify, though, what kind of war with Russia they expect. All right, which it's going to be a nuclear war. You best believe that. Neither have they presented any analysis of a potential strategic armed conflict between Moscow and Washington. U.S. servicemen didn't consider the latest trends and changes in the way our countries will do combat in the near future. They have briefly mentioned cyber attacks, but only the ones that took place this year. The U.S. military didn't mention the three most important things that play a major part in any war: goals, methods / ways of achieving those goals, and means, which really it's these elites, all right, the so-called Illuminati, these Rothschilds, these elites, these rich banking families. They're the ones really are orchestrating it, you know, which above all that is the Most High. But here it's them who are pushing and pulling the strings. All right. And you best believe they have a goal. Their goal is to achieve their new world order. And they have a way, a method of achieving that goal and the means. All right. Oh, so World War III, man, it's gonna happen. All right. It says, you see what it is that the closer and closer we get to it, the more and more people realize it. But it's nothing new to us. It says basically they think that the war is imminent, but they don't know what kind of war it'll be. Even though tensions in the U.S.-Russia relations have significantly heightened, neither Washington nor Moscow has ever said anything about being ready to use armed forces in order to achieve military and political goals. But ultimately, it's not their decision; it's the Most High's. All right, because regardless of if they want to or not, the Lord is gonna make them do it. Okay, so I'll get a quick verse on that. Let's see. I can't really find it, but it's basically how the Most High, we all know that the Most High is in control. All right, what you think, what you want to do is all the Most High's will. All right, he works on the minds of men. He sets up kings and takes down kings. So if the Most High, which he is written of in the scriptures, that there's going to be a war, all right, regardless of what things look like now and how Moscow and Washington are dealing and all of that, that's not going to stop that. Okay, it's not. It only takes one action. All right. So it says. So it's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. It says. Seems like the bilateral relations. Now it says Moscow has Washington or Moscow has ever said anything about being ready to use armed forces. Well, hold on. Why are they developing all these nuclear missiles? Why is Russia coming out with Satan and Satan 2 and all these supersonic speed missiles and US testing their missile defense system and all of that? Why are they doing that? It's preparation, all right? And you don't prepare for anything. You don't prepare for nothing. All right? There's a reason why you prepare or you train. It says seems like the bilateral relations are at their worst today. But there are no ideological, economic, or territorial disputes that could provoke a large-scale war within a year. And that's really just damage control and propaganda, because really, if the Most High wanted to, he can just have Trump do something that can cause that. Okay? Just because, and that's the pride, man, because they don't see anything now. What? They believe that, what? That's why this is labeled under op-ed. This is an op-ed article. Okay? It's more opinionated. It's not really facts, as people, like, people wouldn't take it in the same category as they would take other things. And here it is. They're talking about ideological. There are no ideological, economic, or territorial disputes. You don't see what the U.S. is doing, sanctioning Russia and all of that, and things are only gonna escalate and get worse. But it's people who have the mindset like that. Oh, nah, they're gonna be fine. There's nothing wrong. No war is gonna happen. They're the ones who are gonna get caught up in it. Like the scriptures say, like sudden destruction. It says the existing and potential local armed conflicts, which political analysts enjoy listening, making sure they cover everything from the Far East all the way to the Western Hemisphere, will not cause a major war between Russia and the U.S. either. Well, you're wrong. Okay, there is gonna be a war, man. So it says the current situation in Syria proves that point, because we see how Moscow and Washington do everything they can to avoid stepping on each other's toes in that region. Besides, and this is true for both countries, neither Russian nor U.S. experts are able to outline concrete military and political goals, which such a conflict would pursue in a few brief statements. Now, but that's the thing. These elites, they're not subject to the United States or to Russia. They're above that. Okay, they're above that. So if they're the ones who want the war, they can push for it, regardless of what the U.S. says and all that. No, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts, man. It's controlled. All right, it's systematic. So I read a couple more, right? A little bit more. It says, no one can point out specific economic or socio-political factors and reasons that could trigger a military conflict between the U.S. and Russia. It must also be said that a war can't be spontaneous, and preparation for warfare takes time. But this is really just denial. It's denial. But the closer and closer we get to it, people are gonna see it, and there's not gonna be any more denying. All right. Even if the two countries gear up for a large-scale war as fast as they could, or as fast as they can, it would take at least 6 months to get everything ready. And given the high level of modern intelligence systems, it would be impossible to keep the potential adversary unaware of the preparation process on the way. All right. But it's only going to go into more and more about how this is not possible and all that. But, well, you know what? The scriptures say it is. All right. So this is Isaiah chapter. Matter of fact, let me get this first. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." The smith, meaning the today would be the scientist, all right, who make these weapons, because smiths were people who made, you know what I mean, like mainly war like weapons or materials, or you know, things needed, armor and all that. Okay, so it says that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Okay, and that instrument is those nuclear missiles. All right, the splitting of the atoms and all of that, man. Okay, and the elements. All right, the splitting of the elements and all these different things to create a devastating destruction. All right, with nuclear energy. That's what these smiths' job are to do today. It says, and I have created the waster to destroy. So these nuclear missiles that have been created, their purpose is what? To destroy. All right, to destroy. So these countries building these weapons, and then it's like going and buying all these guns and all these bullets and telling people, "Oh, I'm not gonna use them. I'm just storing." What are you wasting money on it for? You know. So this is Ezekiel chapter 8, 38, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came on to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against them. And that's talking about Russia. Okay, why did the Lord say prophesy against them? Because it says here, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Why? Because Russia is in that state of slumber, that hibernation state. All right, where in order for prophecy to take place, man, they're gonna need to go back to that Soviet-like spirit. All right, and get heated and turn shoot the missiles over here. Right now, they're on that chill vibe of trying to avoid war and all of that stuff, man. That passive aggressive BS. But that's not what's gonna happen, man. And the Lord said it. He says, "And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth." Because right now, Russia is in a direction which the Most High doesn't really want them to go in. So He's gonna put those hooks to turn them back, all right, to that warlike country, all right, the country that can annihilate America with nuclear missiles, all right, or at least have that kind of mindset, all right. And all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right. So basically, man, the Lord is saying, man, that because when the time for prophecy comes, here this guy's out here talking about Russia and Moscow they've never said anything about armed forces. The Lord is the one who's gonna put the spirit on them to do it. All right. It says what? I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. So it's by the power and the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Most High, in the name of His Son, they're gonna put the spirit on these nations to go to war. All right, and that's point blank. Period. So I ended with this precept. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And in that war, America is going to be completely destroyed, man. All right, because the missiles are not going to come from just Russia. It's going to come from other countries too, including America's so-called allies. And on top of that, the Lord coming with His angels in the chariots. All right, which in this world will be called UFOs. But they're also going to be destroying America with their concentrated fire and laser beams and all of that. Okay, so it says, Then I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues. The her is talking about the America, okay, Babylon, modern day Babylon. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. What are her iniquities? Putting us in slavery, okay, having us in captivity on this land, the slaughter of the Native Americans, everything, man. Primarily all the wickedness that they've done to Israel, because the scriptures say that the nation of Israel, which today are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, are the apple of the Lord's eye. All right, and these Edomites, these so-called white people, the Caucasians, they, all right, primarily in rulership, have done this to us mainly on American soil. All right. So it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double onto her double according to her works, which is wickedness. Okay, so all the things that we were put through, they're gonna get double. All right. It says, in the cup which she hath filled filled to her double. And honestly, man, I don't know how these Edomites are going to make it, man. It says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. All right. So much, because really, America, it's just full of proud demons, man. All right. Who don't think they can never go down. And so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. You see? Our military might is great. You know, America can never be destroyed. You know, this is the greatest country that ever lived. You know, and all that BS, man, that proud talk. Well, the Most High is gonna humble this place. All right, and the inhabitants in it. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Okay, she's going to be burned with fire, man. That's that nuclear fire. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. Okay, meaning, and this metaphorical talk, the kings represent the leaders and presidents of these other nations and countries, all right, which have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. All right, they've adopted the philosophies of this wicked place. Okay, they make deals and are in alliance with America. All right, and are making a profit off of her. All right, guess what? Shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Because when this place is completely destroyed, all right, evaporated, eviscerated, disintegrated, okay, and you see the smoke of this place burning, they're gonna lament because they know that what? There's no healing, all right, there's no healing Babylon. On top of that, the place where they made all their money is gone. Because America has the most consumers, the most consumers here. That's why other countries make a lot of money off of America. Says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon. All right, because you won't see the word America in the Bible, but Babylon here represents America today. That mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So it's going to take only 1 hour for this place to be destroyed. All right, not 10 years or 2 years or 6 months. No, 1 hour. Okay, and that's that. Hey, man, that's the judgment of America. So apocalypse in 2019, all right, is a Russia-U.S. war possible? Oh, it's more than possible. All right, is it gonna happen in 2019? Well, we'll see. All right, it's all according to the Most High's plan. Lord willing, it happens in 2019, because the sooner America gets destroyed, the sooner we can get out of here. The sooner the kingdom of heaven can be ushered. All right. So, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. Hey, man, we stay on our watch, man. We look for articles like this. We look for prophecy that we can filter through the scriptures and bring out to warn and feed the sheep. All right, this is our job as prophets of the Most High. Okay, and very soon, man, very soon things are going to be very, very different. Life as you know it is not going to be the same. Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.